So let me tell you a quick story. About 6 months ago, I had a young couple reach out to me. We'll just call them Mike and Sarah. They were pre-approved and so excited and ready to buy their first home here in the West Valley. They had a budget of about $400,000 and they'd already been scrolling Zillow for weeks and going to a couple open houses, and they thought they had it all figured out. But when we sat down to run the numbers, I realized something was off. They were looking at homes priced at $400,000, but their monthly payment was going to actually be closer to $3,100, not the $2,400 they were expecting. Why? Well, because they forgot about a few things like property taxes, HOA fees, and mortgage insurance. They almost wanted to make an offer on a home that they actually couldn't afford. And here's the thing, Mike and Sarah are not alone. I see this mistake all the time. Actually, I see 5 specific mistakes over and over again when it comes to first-time homebuyers here in Arizona. And honestly, these mistakes can cost you thousands of dollars or even your dream home. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 biggest mistakes first-time homebuyers tend to make here in Arizona and exactly how to avoid them so you can buy smart, feel confident, and not have any regrets after closing. And make sure you stay around until the end because mistake number 5 is the one I see the most, and it's the easiest one to fix. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me. If you're new here, chances are you are in a season of transition, of research, and of making some pretty big decisions. Maybe you've been renting for years and you're finally ready to plant roots. Maybe you just got married, or you're expecting your first baby, or you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage. I get it. That feeling of wanting your own space, your own walls, your own backyard, it's real and it's so exciting. I'm Jenna Walsh with the Walsh Group at eXp Realty here in Arizona, and on this channel, I help you understand what it's really like to buy, sell, and live in Arizona. From home tours and neighborhood breakdowns to market updates and real advice you won't hear anywhere else. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, moving up, or buying a second home here in the Valley, you are in the right place. Let's jump into today's video. Mistake number 1, not understanding the true monthly payment. Let's start with the one that almost tripped up Mike and Sarah and trips up a lot of people. A lot of buyers think the only numbers that matters is the price of the home, and that's just not true. In Arizona, your monthly payment includes a lot more than just your loan. You've got property taxes, which will vary from county to county and even city to city. Homeowners insurance, possibly HOA fees, with some neighborhoods have them and some don't, but they can range from $50 a month to well over $300 a month. And depending on your loan type, you might have mortgage insurance. If you put less than 20% down, you will have this. So when you look at a $400,000 home and think, okay, my payment's gonna be around $2,400 if you're running an online calculator, you're probably missing a few $100s. I've had buyers say, we're comfortable at $2,200 a month, but then they start looking at home prices instead of payments, and suddenly they're looking at homes that would realistically cost them closer to $2,800 a month. That's a $600 gap every single month. Over a year, that's $7,200. And over 5 years, that's $36,000. That's not just a mistake, that is a financial trap. So here is what I recommend. Before you even start touring homes, you want to get really clear on your comfortable monthly payment, not your maximum approval. Some lenders will approve you for a lot more than you can actually afford or that you're comfortable with. Do not fall for it. Sit down, look at your budget, and decide what you're actually comfortable spending each month. And if you ever want help breaking that down, let me know and I can help you walk through it. Mistake number 2, draining all of your savings for the down payment. This one surprises people. Putting more money down is not always the best move. A lot of first-time homebuyers have this misconception that they have to put 20% down or they'll be making a bad financial decision. I know, we thought that for our first 5 homes that we bought, but that's just not true for most people. In fact, the average first-time homebuyer in Arizona puts down somewhere between 3 and 10%. There are great loan programs where you can put as little as 3% to 5% down and still get a great home. There are FHA loans and conventional loans that you can do this with. And even if you're a veteran, you can get a VA loan that offers a $0 down loan option. But here's the thing, especially here in Arizona, where you might also need closing costs. This can be anywhere from 2 to 5% of your purchase price, moving expenses, even if you're just using a U-Haul, furniture, because most likely your first home is not going to be coming fully furnished, and just general home maintenance, because something will break. It always does. You don't want to be house rich and cash poor. Having a financial cushion after you close is huge. I've seen buyers stretch themselves thin just to hit that 20%, and then they are so stressed, and the second something breaks, the AC goes out in July, that's $15,000. A water heater breaks, that's $1,500. If you've drained your savings, you're gonna be in trouble. So here's my advice. Talk to a lender early, and not just some random person that you find online. Let me recommend a local lender to you, one I have a relationship with, one I know who's experienced and they know what they're doing. I promise you it's going to make all the difference. You want to find out what all of your options are. Don't assume that you have to have 20% down. And whatever you do, leave yourself at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses and savings after you close. That's going to be your safety net. Mistake number 3, waiting too long to start the process. This is probably one of the most expensive mistakes I see. A lot of people wait because they're trying to time the market, waiting for rates to drop or thinking prices will come down. But the reality is, no one can perfectly time the market. Not me, not your lender, not even the experts on TV. The market does what the market does. In Arizona, we still see pretty strong demand, especially in areas like Peoria, Scottsdale, and the West Valley. So waiting can sometimes mean paying more later because prices do tend to go up over time. Having more competition, because when you try to time the market and wait for lower interest rate, that's going to bring out everyone else who also tried to time the market and wait for a lower interest rate. Or you're missing out on the home because you really loved, because someone else bought it while you were waiting. I had a client last year who wanted to wait for rates to drop. They waited 6 months and rates actually went up, and they ended up having a higher monthly payment because they waited. That is a painful lesson to learn. Instead of trying to time the market, focus on timing your life. If you're financially ready and planning to stay in the home for a few years, that's usually what matters most. Don't let fear of the market keep you from making a move that makes sense for you. Mistake number 4, skipping due diligence. As your agent, I will not let you do this. But a lot of times people fall in love with a home too quickly and can actually end up getting in trouble. I get it. You walk into a house with natural light, a nice kitchen, and a big backyard, and you're already picturing your life there. But in Arizona, due diligence is everything. That includes your home inspection, where we're looking over the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the air conditioning, all the things. Reviewing the seller's disclosures. The sellers have to tell you about any known issues about the home. Understanding the HOA. What are the rules? What are the fees? Are there any special assessments coming up? Looking into the neighborhood and future development. Is there a new apartment complex going in next door? A highway expansion? There are areas in Arizona where new construction is popping up quickly, and if you don't look into it, you might end up with construction behind your home for the next 2 years. Or worse, you might buy a home that's in a flood zone and you don't even know it. So you want to ask the right questions before you commit, not after. And this is also where having a good agent really matters. I help you catch things you wouldn't even think to look for. I've saved clients from buying homes with foundation issues, gas leaks, and even broken beams in the attic. Mistake number 5, not having a strategy. This is the biggest mistake and the one I see the most. A lot of first-time buyers just jump into the process without a clear plan. They start browsing homes online, maybe go to a few open houses, but they don't have an actual strategy. And that can lead to overpaying because you get emotional and you might pay too much for a home. You miss out on a home because you don't know how to act fast. You're feeling overwhelmed because there's too much information and no direction. Or making an emotional decision because you fell in love with a home that's actually a bad fit. So, what should you do instead? A strong strategy includes getting pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. Pre-approved means a lender has actually had a conversation with you, checked your credit, and verified your income. Knowing your numbers, your monthly payment, your down payment, your closing costs, and what you're gonna have left over in your reserves, and understanding your must-haves versus your nice-to-haves, your location, your square footage, the number of bedrooms, and your yard size. And having a game plan when you find the right home. How fast can you make an offer? What is your maximum purchase price? Where you are still comfortable with your monthly payment? And how much do you need in seller concessions to help cover your closing costs? This is something I walk all of my clients through step by step so they feel confident from day one. We don't just look at houses, we build a plan that fits your life, your budget, and your timeline. If you can avoid these 5 mistakes, you are already probably about 90% ahead of the game. And that's going to put you in a really strong position to make a smart, confident purchase. So let's recap really quickly. Number 1, understand your true monthly payment, not just the price of the home. Number 2, don't drain your savings for a big down payment. Leave yourself a little cushion and some savings. Number 3, don't try to time the market. Focus on timing your life. Number 4, do your due diligence. Inspect everything and research the neighborhood. Number 5, have a strategy, get pre-approved, know your numbers, and have a plan. If you're thinking about buying your first home here in Arizona, I'd love to help you put together a personalized game plan. You can reach out to me directly, or I also have a step-by-step first-time homebuyers guide that I can send you. Just comment the word home in the comments below and I'll get that over to you. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post weekly videos all about buying, selling, and living here in Arizona. I hope this video gave you a better feel for what it's like actually living here in Arizona. Whether you're just starting to think about moving or you have to move quickly, I'm always happy to chat. You can text, call, or email me. All of my info's in the description below and on the screen now. And if this video helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos about buying and living in Peoria, Scottsdale, Anthem, Cave Creek, and North Phoenix. Leave your questions about buying your very first home in the comments below, and I will be sure to go through and answer every single one. Until next time, happy house hunting.